Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum friends. My name is Muhammad Hussain Abbas and you are watching SH Knowledge. Today we will learn about preposition into. Basically, into preposition is a single word preposition that is made up of two separate prepositions. One is in and the second is to. And when we join these two, we get a single word preposition that is into. By physical meaning, when we see preposition into, it describes movement or insertion or transformation of something into something else or from movement from one place to another place. Mostly preposition into is used with those verbs that show an action or movement, for example run, for example come and go. In English grammar, sometimes when we are writing in, into or inside or in and to, it can be a confusion that which preposition is more appropriate while writing different sentences governing same meanings. So first of all, preposition in is used to show just the place inside something, and same wise inside is a preposition that we use while describing an object that is enclosed in a four-sided boundary. While talking about preposition into, it shows you movement from outward position to the inward position. We have an example that my friend moved into his new flat. Now moved into means that his direction was going towards from one house to another house. So this is also a notion of movement, and we have used preposition into with the action verb move. We have another example, will you please come into my house? Now in this sentence we have used an action verb come, that means ana, and into means from walking or from moving from outward direction to inward into my house. We can also use this sentence as with preposition to, come to my house. So to is a preposition that shows direction of movement, while preposition into describes that someone or something is moving from outside and he is going towards the inside of some room or some house or inside of a place. Now we have another example that Ali threw letter into the basket. Now threw letter into the basket. Now into here means that direction of letter was towards the basket. Now in this sentence direction of movement is involved, that where did he throw the letters? Into the basket, के उसने basket के अंदर letters को फेंका. So एक movement यहाँ पर involve है from outward position to the inward position of something. Likewise we can say he poured some milk into the glass, कि उसने ग्लास में कुछ दूध डाला. अब जब हम दूध की बात करते हैं तो वो भी उसकी एक मूवमेंट है, उसकी एक डायरेक्शन है कि वो एक बर्तन से दूसरे बर्तन में डाला जा रहा है, तो वहां पर एक मूवमेंट भी है और एक डायरेक्शन भी है. सो वी हैव यूज्ड preposition into. So in the first aspect we are looking that something is moving towards mean direction, towards the inside of something. Into means moving from outward towards the inside of something, some place or some room where it is located. In the second aspect, if we do not involve the movement but just focus on direction, कि आपने अपनी जो डायरेक्शन है वो एक तरफ रखनी है, अपना फोकस जो है वो एक तरफ रखना है, और उसमें हो सकता है आपकी स्पीकिंग इन्वॉल्व हो, आपकी गेस्चर्स जो हैं वो इन्वॉल्व हो. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ वी से दैट प्लीज स्पीक क्लियरली इनटू द माइक्रोफोन और इनटू द मोबाइल फोन. अब यहाँ पे आपके जो अल्फाज हैं वो फिजिकली तो हमें नजर नहीं आ रहे और माइक्रोफोन में या मोबाइल फोन में इंसर्ट हो रही है. सो हेयर डायरेक्शन इज इन्वॉल्व बट दे आर हैविंग साउंड्स. सो वी यूज preposition into while making directions from one place to another. And on the third number there comes transformation. Transformation means changing from one state to another state. English grammar में हम ऐसे बहुत से sentences पढ़ते हैं mostly in science subjects that small insects transforms into bigger insects. We can say the larva transforms into butterfly. So when transformation is involved we also use preposition into. For example, we have some fruits and we can turn them into jam. So we can say that fruits can be made into jam, के फ्रूट्स की मदद से जैम बनाया जा सकता है. नाउ मेड इनटू से मुराद ये है कि एक शेप से एक खास फॉर्मेशन से आप एक सेकंड फॉर्मेशन की तरफ जा रहे हैं, उसको टोटली उसकी जो फॉर्मेशन है वो तब्दील कर रहे हैं और उसको मुकम्मल तौर पे एक नई चीज की फॉर्म में ट्रांसफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. So this is basically going from one formation to another formation. We use preposition into, and we can also say that in mostly English paragraphs we have a question that translate this paragraph into English into Urdu. Now in this sentence ट्रांसलेट इनटू मीन्स कि आपने उसे तर्जमा करना है, आपने उस पैराग्राफ को ट्रांसलेट करना है इनटू एन अदर लैंग्वेज, दूसरी जुबान में। तो उस सूरत में हमें एक बिल्कुल न्यू एंड अपडेटेड पैराग्राफ मिलेगा जो कि अपने ओरिजिनल पैराग्राफ से मुकम्मल तौर पे डिफरेंट होगा। So that's why moving from one formation to another formation we use preposition into. We use preposition into with the action verb come. Come into when we are talking about a party, a leader that gets his power inside a country or state. For example, we say that a certain party came into power in 2008, in 2013. We mentioned the time when he came into power. So came into power means that you have moved from one form to the other form, from an ordinary form to a specific or particular form that you are leading a country. So came into power is also an example of transforming from one position to another position. And now the fourth aspect is into preposition is also used when you are inclined to something, when you are involved in something, or we can say in simple words, when you show your interest towards some games or some hobbies or something else. For example, if you enjoy playing cricket, then you can say that I am into playing cricket. I am के मैं हूँ into interested playing cricket, cricket खेलने में. So into is directly governing us, meaning that you are fond of, you are interested in some games or some sort of physical activity, playing guitar, playing football, singing songs. And the fifth and the last aspect is in mathematics, when we are making calculations, sometimes we say we divide 24 by number 3, we get the result 8. So in this sentence, into gives us a calculation for division, and also we can understand that we are dividing number 24 by number 3 and we get a new result that is 8. So these were 4 or 5 aspects in which we can use preposition into. Now we will differentiate preposition in and preposition into. But first of all, we have a sentence and we understand why into is not used in place of in. For example, if we say he came into the room, and the second sentence is he came in the room. Grammatically, in written form, he came into the room is considered correct sentence because movement from outside the room towards the inside the room is described by the preposition into. While preposition in only gives us meaning that a person, an object, a thing is already having a place inside some room or some building. So here he came into the room will be correct instead of he came in the room. So using both within and in prepositions can cause confusions in the reader's mind. For example, if we say I walked in the garden and I walked into the garden. So in the first sentence, I walked in the garden, in means that I was already present in the garden. कि मैं बाग में पहले ही मौजूद था और उसमें चल फिर रहा था. But when I say I walked into the garden, it means that मैं बाहर से चलता हुआ बाग में दाखिल हुआ. So we can simply say I entered the garden. Sometimes these prepositions describe same meanings but not the exact depending upon the sense of the sentence. Now we will differentiate preposition in and preposition into. First point is preposition in describes the exact position that is inside a room, we can say an enclosed surface, while preposition into is not the state but it involves the movement from outside position to the inside position. Preposition in tells us about the position of an object inside something, while preposition into describes the destination towards a person is moving or going to or plan to go. Preposition in is used when an object, a person is in rest position, while preposition into is used when a person and object is in motion. Preposition in is used to describe your physical location at a certain place. For example, I am living in Pakistan, कि मैं पाकिस्तान में रह रहा हूँ या रहता हूँ, ये आपकी फिजिकल लोकेशन की बात हो गई. लेकिन अगर आप कहते हैं milk is converted into curd, it means that you are transforming one object to the other object. So this is totally different scenario. Preposition in is used with different time frames. We can say In 1947, Pakistan came into being. So 1947 is a big duration of time. So we use preposition in, and Pakistan came into being. Now came into का हमने जो preposition यहाँ पर इस्तेमाल की है कि पाकिस्तान एक ऑर्डिनरी पोजीशन से मूव करके एक स्पेसिफिक पोजीशन आ गया दुनिया के नक्शे पर. सो इनटू कैन नेवर यूज इन प्लेस ऑफ इन ऑल सर्कमस्टांसेस. देयर आर सम केसेस वेयर वी कैन यूज preposition in and into, where both of these prepositions give us same meanings. And now if we differentiate preposition into and in and to with a gap, then we can say that preposition into is a single word, while in with gap to, they are separate words, and they are the combination of two words in and to. And where the sense is one, we use into. Where the sense is separated, we use in with a gap and then to. For example, if we say that I heard a noise from the house and I moved in to see what happened. I went in, मैं अंदर गया. यहाँ पर preposition in एक adverb के तौर पर भी काम कर रही है. Now the preposition to see what happened, to see here is an infinitive. Infinitive means these are verbals, they are not the actual actions of the subject. So जो infinitives होते हैं वो एक verb form होती है और उससे पहले preposition to लगाई जाती है. तो जब हमें in और to separate words की form में मिलता है तो उस सूरत में to mostly infinitives form में आता है कि to के साथ हम कोई ना कोई form of verb इस्तेमाल कर रहे होते हैं, और जो इन होता है वो पहले किसी एक्शन वर्ब के साथ अटैच होता है. सो इस तरह के वर्ब्स जिनमें दोनों prepositions अलग अलग वर्ब्स के साथ अटैच होती हैं उनमें मोस्टली वर्ब्स फ्रेजल वर्ब्स होते हैं और इन्फिनेटिव्स होते हैं. Now we will see some sort of examples with phrasal verbs into. Ahmad broke into the house. It means that Ahmad forcibly entered the house. In the second sentence, the thief broke in the house to steal gems or to steal the jewelry or money or whatever the thing that was. Now broke in का मतलब ये है कि वो दीवार फलांग के अंदर आया. To steal. Now to steal is an infinitive, to plus first form of verb. So यहाँ पर infinitive and break in एक phrasal verb यूज किया गया है. So mostly जब हम in और to का separate यूज करते हैं, they are used with phrasal verbs and the second one is with infinitives. लेकिन जब हम into को combined form में यूज करते हैं तो ये मूवमेंट बता रही होती है from one position to the other position. We have a phrasal verb get. If we attach into preposition with the verb get, you should not get into bad company. The meaning of get into means to be involved, कि शमूलियत इख्तियार करना या सोहबत इख्तियार करना. But when we use in and to with the verb get, you should not get in to hear everything. For example, get in का मतलब है कि जानबूझकर घुस आना या उसमें शामिल हो जाना. To hear is an infinitive. So here in is used with a separate verb and to is used with a separate verb to give us phrasal verbs and infinitives. We have a verb look. Now if we use look into means to investigate. For example, we say that you should look into this matter to get the final outcome. Look into means to investigate. But when we use in and to separately, we can say you should look in this paper to understand what the story is. So in this sentence, look in means to observe, to analyze, to read, and to understand means whatever you are getting knowledge from the story, whatever you are understanding or getting information. So to understand is an infinitive. Look in can be a phrasal verb. So phrasal verbs are those verbs that are short phrases. So after all this discussion, we conclude that preposition into shows us movement from one place to another, a transformation from one shape or state to another shape or state, while preposition in tells us about a rest position, a state inside an enclosed surface, and preposition in and to with a gap inside them, they are two separate words. They give us totally separate sense in the context. So this was all about preposition into. I hope that you will have liked this information, and please subscribe this channel and like my videos and become the part of this channel. Inshallah, see you in the next video. Till then, अपना बहुत ज़्यादा ख्याल रखिएगा. Thank you so much and Allah Hafiz.